Bang, bang, bang. So, boys and girls, we have another dev small video about territory game. Territory game is territory control system. Let's be honest. Don't try to lie. I know. You boys know. Your grandparents know. Territory control is totally bullshit. Course, it's not bad. But all territory control, it's a bullshit. So let's see what New World developers want to speak about with territory controls. Do it.
Versus the mission running feels a lot more like maybe a little too cat and mouse-ish.
Yeah.
Well, at least they agreeing on running missions, like when you're pushing influence, just pain in ass. This system, influence push, supposed to go away. Literally just go away. It's fucking boring. Let's be honest, everyone know who pushing influence is taking a lot of time. If you don't have 100 or 200 people to pushing, it's just pointless. You go, you take, and you just one thing standing. Oh, it's just nightmare. Okay, it's just damn nightmare.
That's not what we want those missions to feel like.
So I think we will change somehow missions. I mean, I hope so, because we really need to implement something different, because now it's just Cheers.
Welcome to Forged in Aeternum, where we talk about all things New World. I'm Dave V, the creative director of New World, and I'm here today with Dan, our social lead.
Hi there.
Dan, today we're going to talk about the territory game and all things about it. Let's talk a little bit about sort of recent changes that have happened to it. I think one of the biggest ones is the tax changes. Talk us a little bit through those and why we made them.
Man, yeah, this is the.
I mean, they tax. I like as tax changes, so now it doesn't matter. It's not big deal, are you owning, like example, Windsword or other territory, but still it feels different when, like example, in my server, Cutlass Keys, not Cutlass, we were spend making almost 700,000 a week, and Windsword is still making about 2 million. So it still feels different, but it's better than it was.
A lot has been happening lately. The tax changes you're referring to are they're currently live out there right now. As you like to call it, the revenue sharing model.
Yep, like it was like sports is sort of what
exactly
brought it up to us.
And so basically, all of the revenue from territory taxes goes into a pool, gets redistributed. There's kind of like a matrix of territory values. We call them tiers.
Tiers, yeah.
3 tiers?
4.
4. The top ones, of course, being the
Everfall,
Windsword.
That's a question. Like, why are we doing this? Like, putting tiers, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. Why Windsword is tier 4, or I think best tier? I understand it's making more money, most money, but it's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be only one tier, and that's it. It's not supposed to be, how to say in English, it's not supposed to matter what territory do you have. You have Cutlass Keys or fucking Windsword, you're supposed to make almost same amount of money. Yes. Come on, like, it's bullshit. Then one company can make 2 million a week, another company making 500. Like, come on.
Brimstone, right?
Exactly.
Adding the new zone.
Exactly. And then they kind of like matriculate downwards, as you'd expect if you were familiar with the territories. The intent there being, we don't have like these runaway profits for the big 2, now 3, and then increasing the value for all the rest so that they're all viable, they're all worth owning, but it doesn't get too out of control.
Yeah, for me that's the. Like you said, there's 2 parts. One, we don't want the runaway, but I like that second part also, right?
Love that.
It makes all the tiers of territories worth fighting for, and I think that's really cool. The other thing I really like about it is that we tied the income to the level of the territory, right?
Yep.
So now, like governors and people running a town have incentive to level up their territory to max level because it increases income.
Yep.
Which means more territory projects. It's just all sorts of good stuff.
Yeah. It's kind of attacking a few things all at once, which is super nice.
And another sort of fun thing coming up in the near future is leaderboards, right? And specifically, how will leaderboards work with the territory game?
Yeah, it's going to be we're going to have like leaderboard cadences. Among those are kind of like a whole suite of boards that we call the faction.
I mean, I'm kind of not sure I like that one when we put leaderboards and we'll put something with territory control, because a lot of people just will be locked out of that. Because not every single player is even playing PvP, and even less people being in a wars or owning territory. I mean, like example, we have maybe 200 companies, maybe more, in one server, and we have how much 10, 11 territories to control. That's
Faction war boards, where on a monthly and quarterly basis, we're going to be, like you'll be able to see the three factions and where they stack rank in terms of how many days per territory held. That's the primary kind of metric. And then we also have boards for like influence and stuff like that. So the open world PvP game is going to be measured, and yeah, it's going to be really cool to be able to kind of crown the top companies within a given period.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there'll be a company one, and then there's a quarterly cadence, right? Like, so you'll be able to see how many days a company owned a territory.
Yeah. Oh, longest streak is on there too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one.
Awesome. One more thing I want to talk about in the longer term future. No specific dates yet, but one of the things we're thinking about is the influence game and how we determine who the vanguard is and who gets to declare war. Let's talk generally. What do you?
I think all what we need to do just totally change that influence push, because like I said, it's bullshit. Nobody likes it, and it's not so. And I think it will be better. Company who put most influence get a chance to declare. Only this company. Because now it's annoying when someone literally can come, put 10%, and yeah, that's it. Like, oh, and we get power. That's no.
What are you thinking about that? What's in your mind? What might be happening in the future around that?
As you know, we've got some really cool, exciting things going on for that. The big two things we're doing, I would say, are timing windows and control points. And timing windows is it's actually going to be somewhat complicated on the tech.
Timing windows for me is saying more content behind the time, like expertise, like 25 mutations a week. Why the fuck everything, almost everything in this game is supposed to be behind the fucking time? Look, come on, AGS, just wake up. People don't like it. People don't like be fucking locked, because, like example, if you PvE player, you just doing your damn 25 mutation in how much? 2 days, 3 days maybe? And what you doing the rest of the week? Like, just think. Jesus.
Side, but conceptually it's pretty simple. It's just going to work like a scheduling system. So
I mean, of course, if you're making like, I'm not sure how they will make, but probably like example, on Mondays you can push only viewers fan. Next day you can push only Cutlass. Maybe that's not so bad. This will be more PvE, open world PvP. Maybe that's probably not. But it will be less wars overall. We will see.
At any given time, 2 or 3 territories might be like actively doing influence right now.
So he say 2 or 3 territories. Maybe that's not so bad. But still.
That's so cool, because it does a bunch of things.
I mean, point is, instead of reviving open world PvP, they now will force people to fight in only one zone and push influence. And I think it's kind of bad, because I hope so, guys. You still remember Great Cleave Open World PvP? That was top notch. I mean, it was a little bit annoying because you can't go on PvP track. It's very fast, but come on. You want a PvP? You literally, I was logging in game. I want to go some PvP, and I just go to fucking Great Cleave because I know somebody from opposite faction is pushing this quest, and I can get some nice PvP. But another thing, open world PvP, it's zero skills. And let's be honest, it's almost zero skills. It's about numbers, about how many healers you have or your team have and enemy have. Like, let's not go deep about skills in your world.
One, for the PvPers, it creates a lot of density, right? Like, because you know which are the active hotspots, so a lot of people will be there. And
yeah, that makes sense. But let's take like example company. Like, you know, tomorrow it will be Winsword, and you get all your people. You get 100 or let's say 200 people from Marauders pushing influence in Winsword, and you decide, oh, let's go some open world PvP. And guess what? You go with 20 guys, and what you will do? You will die a couple times and you will leave because it's make no sense fighting in open world. Plus, I make a video when we was like 300 people pushing Everfall. It was lagfest. It was fucking lagfest. So I hope so we fix somehow, but I don't think so. We can't fix lag when you have way too much people in one zone. We will see.
I think the other thing it does, correct me if I'm wrong, is that it allows you a little more of an opportunity to win or lose the influence game, right? Because there's a set amount of time it's active, and if you can actually defend that period of time, then no one can attack you until the window opens again, which I think is going to be sort of fun for the defenders.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not will be fun. Again, if very strong and big company holding Winsword, yes, we can defend push. If we have, let's say, 100 people or 200 people from our company, from company and faction, yeah, we can prevent that push, and nobody will not push because we can't. It's half plus and it's half min. Overall, we will see how it will go.
Look, we've seen from real servers how if we can get that kind of PvP density in an area, like for like a really high stakes influence push or something like the Great Cleave PvP adventure.
Yeah, those are fun days.
Like he's mentioned Great Cleave PvP, but Great Cleave PvP was very nice, but problem with what we're trying to do, we're trying to push 500 people specific time in one small zone. It's lag. It will be lag. I will show you after this video. I mean, I even can show now. Not this. It was back in days. I even make a video of what's happening. Everfall. When you have 300 more people.
Just keep to the right.
Look at this lag. How you imagine PvP in this lag? It's just crazy. I'm. Wait. Like 100 people on this.
At the moment, there's more greens than yellow. So
on this hill, a lot of people, and you're just literally lagging.
The quest quickly.
So I can
remember, guys, if we have PvP and it's super laggy, just keep left clicking.
Okay.
And look how many people. It's a lot of people. And that's fun PvP. Just write in comment on that's fun.
If you can first.
When you lagging like crazy.
Around the tent.
I think I will teleport soon.
Away if you bound already.
Yep, here teleport.
Coming in from our back, from our flank.
Where is the tent, by the way?
3, 2, 1. Now between
like people just some people just standing. Like that's the thing. That's same thing will happen with this system. What we trying to implement. Sorry.
Yeah, things get really fun. So we're hoping that this system kind of achieves that on a rolling basis. And then the control points, man. We're so early in our thinking on this too. Like, so, I don't know, what are your thoughts on it? I'm curious.
Well, I think just high level, where we started is one of the activities that we think are fun and we see a lot of people doing are the FCPs, the faction control points, right? Like, so right now when you control one, you get a bonus multiplier for influence, right? And I think that was neat, but it's not, I don't think it's important enough. So what we're trying to figure out is like, how can we make those fights?
I think if you holding fort, again, like example, I will take Windsword. Let's say purple's pushing green territory, they're going for fort. If purple holding fort, have a fort, they have 30, or let's say 45% more influence. That's how it's supposed to be. Fort supposed to be fucking important. Supposed to be important. Now it's you have fort, you don't have fort, it doesn't matter. All what you need is just them numbers and just push. That's it.
Over the faction forts be sort of like what sways the determinant of the Vanguard versus just running missions. And I think it's just a more fun, active activity. It creates density around an area. It creates fun battles versus the mission running feels a lot more like maybe a little too cat and mouse-ish.
Well, you can be honest and just say mission run or PvP influence push, you just bullshit. Let's be honest, it's bullshit. I know, like you say, you know, everyone knows.
Not as active, not as
Well, especially when you're running them in the middle of the
Yeah,
night and nobody's around, and yeah, that's not what we want those missions to feel like. Do you think we'll have? You think we'll have just the fort?
Maybe. I'm not sure yet. I think what's fun about the fort is that everyone can go there and fight. What's hard about it is it's hard to determine which company actually then gets to become the Vanguard. Like, it's easy to say, well, this faction did the most, right? Because they control the point. But how do you then determine the company out of that faction?
Yeah.
That's the hard part that we'll have to
And
do.
right now we're it feels like just the best way to move forward on it right for now anyway is to keep the missions being the ultimate thing that earns influence, because you can track that easily, like, you know, that your company, it goes, if you turn it in as a company member, it goes to your company. If you don't, it goes to the faction. But working as a multiplier, and then when you think about the new window, so like, you know, whatever that number is, let's say 3 hours, you could, if you are coordinated enough and you hold the fort, or like if we have, Dave, I'm so excited about the idea of having more than just the fort, the control points in the territory, because then you could do some cool stuff, like if
control two,
if
or-
green
yeah.
owns them all, then it's like even bigger multiply. It's, I don't know, it sounds pretty interesting. But yeah, those acting as like really big juicy multipliers to like be
I
able
think
to
that'd
fill
be
that
a
whole
first
meter.
step, right? Like if we change that multiplier to a 10x multiplier, just sort of saw what happened.
Yeah, I love the idea too about just like it's meaningful for defenders.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, it will be hard to test that, because I really don't think so. People will go to PTR, public test round, and will go to do fucking faction influence pushes. Imagine going in PTR and you going doing missions. It will be hard to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, because then you'll want to hold the fort.
Yeah. Right now, that, I mean, there's not too much incentive to get out there and defend the territory against the PvP mission runners, which without that working, it's not living up to its potential. So hopefully this does that.
All right, last little question, thing to talk about. So you recently joined a Fresh Start World.
Oh, yeah.
How is the territory game looking there so far? Were you able to grab a territory?
It's looking probably like in legacy servers, one company owning almost all map. True, but probably.
And how's that going for you?
Well, we're working on it.
You're working on it.
We have day jobs. Is this unfortunate thing?
Drew, who was with us in a previous segment, was able to capture territory.
He
so
sure
maybe
was.
He works too.
He's augmented. You ever seen Terminator? He's got one of those things going on. But yeah, no, it's so fun being on a Fresh Start World. Like, yeah, on our server, all the territories were scooped
Yeah, Fresh Start World was nice before dupes. Boom, bitches.
up in, I want to say 24 hours. And yeah, just a fun race, man. Like everything feels happening in there. Not everyone you run across is a 60.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's a cool thing. I'm even sometimes I'm the highest level around,
Wow.
which feels good.
All right.
I'm savoring it for the next couple days.
Cool. Well, I think that brings us to our community question for this segment. What we'd love to hear is, what do you guys want to see happening with the territory game? What would be
Just what I wanna see, totally delete influence push, because that's a bullshit, and do something about real PvP and fort. That's pretty easy to do, let's be honest. It's like mini war. Let's say your company pushing, your company going to fort, enemy, not enemy, but how to say fucking enemy. Let's say you decide to push Winsford as a company. You're going to Winsford, you're going to fort, you're capping fort, and you starting put this bar. Like from 0% to 100%. Slowly is going up. Enemy or other faction can come and interrupt you. You will have some nice PvP. And of course, defenders can come and just hold it. But if defenders coming inside fort, they just stop this clocking. And they can reduce this percent only by killing your company member, other company member. If you kill, well, you get the point. All territory influence push is supposed to be in fort, not running like idiot outside from one quest to another quest and repeat. In fort. All this stupid running supposed to change. I'm not developers, they are developers, we can figure out what people like and what people don't like. It's been a fucking 1 year when people running PvP missions. It's stupid and it's annoying and it's wasting of time.
the biggest change, maybe on influence or any part that you'd love to see? Let us know. You like and put comments in the video. Let us know you like these segments, and we'll continue doing them. And thanks very much. See you all.
Well, overall, that was not bad. All these changes, future thing is what we're trying to do. That sounds good on paper. In reality, it can be problematic. We all know one zone can hold 500 people. Then we just standing. We can't. And now imagine this 500 people just fighting outside the city and everyone is lagging. So that's one of the things what we have. Yeah, boys and girls, thank you for watching. And if you have questions, just write in comment. Bye bye.